Hello, good morning. Welcome to another ES Futures trading stream. Today is Tuesday, October 7th. It is 9:20 a.m., just 10 minutes before the opening. All right. We are coming from markets making new all-time highs during the pre-market hours. And we are coming from a day that was really, how can I say this? It was really hard to do anything here yesterday. I didn't do anything. I was also tired from the weekend. Didn't want. One of my rules, one of the things that I have is that I need to meet, right? I need to meet certain requirements in order to trade. Hold on for a second. One of these is I need to be well rested. I need to be well rested. I need to be focused so I can focus. If I am not well rested, usually I cannot focus, or my focus is severely impaired. And I learned the hard way that just don't do anything. You may see something, or I may see something, but I just prefer not to do anything. But yesterday there was nothing here. Most of the opening, I guess, most of what happened yesterday has to do with what happened at the close last week. We have, where is settle? Previous day was, okay, settle is down here. Why I'm not sure. Oh, it's here. Okay, we had this settle when the market settled on Friday, but it has. On Friday, I was playing the market taking these highs out here. All right, trying to repair what could have been a breakout of this inside bar to the upside, especially having in consideration that the non-farm payrolls was over, because it wasn't actually, and basically also what Nasdaq was doing too. And my trade actually was in Nasdaq. It wasn't here. It was in Nasdaq. I hold this. I close for a loss, and I hold this until, I don't know if I will still have that here. This is yesterday. All right. I guess this is when the market started. This is the inside bar that I'm talking about. Right? Very questionable highs here, and the accumulation happening here. I have this area of support around this 66 during the day, the previous day, and I did this one was not yet put that day, and when I started to see the accumulation around the same area, as I said, oh, you know what? This is it. Okay, this is not working. The odds that are going to move against me are really diminished, because there is a breakout to the downside, and also it is volume coming down here. All right, that's when I close for a loss. I say here. But the market didn't have a correction here. The correction actually came during the overnight. Did it? No. The correction came for these ones during the overnight, the weekend. Okay. And what happened is now we have why have this area of support? I don't know how many things. It was the market was clear, did something around the 66 area on Thursday. It did it again on Friday. Until that time, that was just just a number, an area, and but after what we have yesterday, a market selling from the opening, just opposite of what happened in the previous session, and making a stand around the same. This is when I have a support here. Right? It's very questionable, very questionable. And what come after that is this tremendous amount of buying coming after market hours around these highlighted areas here. I just have 5 more minutes to talk about this. Right. The volume itself is not what I see, but what happened after at the close, it was just huge. 4,000 blocks, 4,000 contracts being bought or sold. I don't know what it is, but there's huge volume here. Something big happening here, right? And that gives me a reference for the trading that can happen down the road. The 60 in this case now is the 90 area, something similar that well, I guess I don't have those labels anymore. Let's see if I still have those ones here. Okay, something similar to this. Can you see what happened here? When the market has a breakout of this day here and closes at the high, it was huge volume coming here. Right? This is aftermarket. And the same thing now is happening. It's happening up here. It's not happening kind of like it's not breaking out of this previous day range, but kind of making something is happening here. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Something is happening. The overnight does not correct. The weakness that I see here is this questionable lows here, questionable low here. Same thing goes for Nasdaq. Nasdaq is even weaker. We have 4 white low here, coming from halfback here. This overnight action does not repair this. I will consider this. I will still carry on this information unless it's revisited during regular trading hours. But to come over here, the market needs to deal with this area first. Now, the market, we got only 2 minutes here before the opening. The market can open outside this range or can open inside. That can be a huge difference here. That can make something out. We can make something out of that, right? Value yesterday was higher. Overlapping higher, all right? And POC was moving higher as the day developed. This is not, the overnight is not a long liquidation. It may look like a long liquidation profile, but it is not. I will consider actually that the volume, the short volume, the short side that was only overnight that was shorting this market that was going higher, I will consider like in the process of being rebalanced now, right? So there's something like this happening or something like this happening, I consider now lower, right? I consider that lower, meaning that the opportunity may come during the session rather than at the beginning of the session, okay? Now, opening inside this increases the also rotation and chop. But opening above this, notice the market could open or can open up here. It really has a chance. It's not doing that. This high, the high that we have on Friday, was very questionable, exactly at 6,800. But it's not that. a solid high. Right now we don't have access. Again, the overnight does not repair this high. It seems like we may have some chop during this week, right? Very misleading. The weekend opening was very what a misleading one. Okay, we got now. The market has opened. Right? Has opened inside previous direction. The market has looked above, which targets this low here. Let's see what the market does relative to Tether. Now this high is very questionable, man. This, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 highs, 5 periods here. So there's a whole bunch of stops here, in this area here. What? In this area here. Who can call all this? These little ones here, L and M, are down here. We got something here. Oh, come on, 4. We got 4 here. When the market prints, this is what I look a lot here. When market prints this kind of lows, there is, man, the odds of downside continuation really decreases here, especially having the context here, having this support here and this upside, potential upside here. I missed this one. Now the way for these markets, let's see. Let's see what the other indices. We have an upside in Nasdaq. Nasdaq has opened inside previous range. Yeah, did it? Oh, Nasdaq is down here. Oh yeah. For that market, for Nasdaq, I will consider highs and lows, and that's it, man. I have that. What about the Dow? It's just many people just get so excited when markets open, man. Only 3 minutes has passed, but I can. Let's show that there can be a lot of people that has already made 5, 6, 7 trades now. Inside day, the Dow. So far, we got a breakout. We have a breakout in the ES because the thing is, the breakout is of. It is an inside. It is an inside that is breaking out on inside day and it's breaking out to the upside. Let's make this higher, okay? Where's Nasdaq? Some people loves to do Nasdaq. What was the opening yesterday in Nasdaq? Oh, up here. All right. Look at that, man. Look at how this market is. This buying from yesterday's opening. Let's see if we can get something out of this. Don't know, man. I think we may have some rotation today. We have had some several trading days this past 5-7 days. Okay, now I'm going to move this up here. Now we have an all-time high. We have an all-time high that was made during the overnight session. Right there as well. Okay. Oh, and from yesterday, I have this area here. This yellow markers are areas that I consider, where I consider the action to the downside was not finished. This one here, this one here. The arrows represent weakness in the lower side as well. Well, in this case, on the lower side. These red ones are areas that the market, I can kind of label as a market as a support resistance, right? And we don't have significant events until maybe a couple weeks when earnings will start poor. Notice the volume that is coming here, for example. Right? I have a 6700 volume. Something, if you remember, something similar to this happened during this day. Was this day? Was it? Yeah. Let me open this profile. Yeah, it happened. It didn't happen like right now, right at the opening, but it takes some time here. This is Friday. All right. We did not have non-farm payrolls because of the shutdown, and what you have seen here is, I kind of was late to the party here. Is, gosh, man, this is the action that could have happened. Those violent swings that we have when we have this big news releases, like in this case, non-farm payrolls, it can be CPI, can be FMC, all those cycles. But it was happening in slow motion. Yeah, it was happening in slow motion. And it came all the way down to correct the late laggards that we have the day previous, right? Something that I have noticed as well is, in the same way as we have this weakness yesterday, what I have noticed is the market is just moving it's moving very mechanically outwards. We have this trend day that has this weakness. Then the next day or next couple session that is corrected, but the same thing appears again higher. It's corrected. The same thing appears again higher. It is going to be corrected, but you can start seeing some behavioral pattern here developing, right? I don't know how the other markets are. If you trade another market, you can tell me if that's happening in other markets as well. Now, to have if this market is going to have some excess, we will see market just shooting its way high. Boom! I don't know how high it can go, right? What follows after that can be just, rapid, developing in the other direction. And that's how higher prices are rejected. The ideal, right? And now the thing is, when we have this kind of opinions, for example, we might be so focused rather than expecting something like that to happen, right? And that's not how this business is, unfortunately. Right? That's not how this business is. There's a lot of uncertainty, and actually the business is uncertainty. We have to take risks. We have to have a plan. And if we see the conditions, we think we see an opportunity, that will trigger something, right? A trigger happens and we do something regarding that. And we always have to assume risk. And there is no such a thing like no risk, like low risk, like zero risk, or close to nothing risk. We always have to risk something. What I did here, for example, right? Like what I did here in this market during this day, right? I just see that there was tremendous pushing here to the downside, a lot of pushing to the downside, but it wasn't working, right? Market make a low here. The next period, the next wave didn't take that low, and the next one has less, and the next one has less, right? And there was tremendous back and forth from the 25,000. And that's why I decided to keep this trade, even though I was losing here, right? I was losing. I didn't see. I mean, the risk was there, yeah, but didn't close it. But as these periods develop, right, the other thing that I have seen, another thing that kept me in the trade was the POC, right? Was POC didn't have the chance. Under no set of circumstances, POC was going to move lower. As a matter of fact, the POC had the chance to actually move higher. If this were the correction were going to happen, actually this market could have returned to POC here. So my risk reward here was something like this, right? Something like this, right? Something like this. So this is not bad. You got 1 to 4, right? Or 4 to 1. 1 risk and potential 4 reward. So the risk that I was taking, in my opinion, wasn't that high. It was lower risk trade here. Now we have to accept, okay? We have to accept that the cost of winning is I can lose. I just have to accept that. That's part of this business. If I want to win, I have to be willing to lose. And that's so counterintuitive. It took me such a long time to understand that concept. Right? Even though many people was saying, I was listening, hearing people talking, writing about that everywhere, right? All kind of people, successful traders talking about that, but it just doesn't click, man. It's just, and that's why many traders or successful traders says, and I hear this also, you will hear this also all the time. Successful traders can put their strategy out there for everyone to see, right? Step by step. But that doesn't mean if I'm going to copy that, I'm going to be successful. You can, and actually there are people doing that. I just give you some example, right? Where's this guy? Trader. I guess the best example that can come with is Trader Tom. Tom Hogarth is a different kind of trader, and he trades live here. I guess he's a British. I don't know where he's located. I guess he's located in France. And he trades a lot of Nasdaq, mainly the Dow. I have seen trading the Dow, and he talks about his strategy. He puts a lot of information out there. He uses what is this thing that he uses? Telegram, where he writes about his strategies. He's playing the reasoning behind each one, right? And you can just go up there and read. It is open for everybody to see. And he has a lot of followers, I believe. Let's check one of his videos. He streams live. Almost a 250,000 of subscribers, and he trades live, right? And you can see what he's doing. No, going out there and shadow him doesn't mean you're going to be doing something, right? It doesn't. You don't grow. I don't grow doing following him. All right, let me see this. Was this for heel before? Yes, it was, all right? Now, the same thing that I have here in the lower side, the same thing that I have here in the lower side, now I have the same thing here. My bad, it's not that one. Here it is. Notice this formation here. This is an action that is going to the upside, okay? That has not been concluded. That is an unfinished auction. The market is going higher and volume just drives, and the market has to come down if it is going to go any higher afterwards. Now, just because I say that doesn't mean the market is going to do it, right? And if it not because it works, the market may do that. It doesn't mean I have taken advantage. I may have all this technical knowledge, but if I am not able to monetize that, to profit that knowledge, then it's worthless. Right? This is something that Warren Buffett says, right? Predicting doesn't count, right? Predicting rain doesn't count. What matters here is how good you are building arcs. All right. Mark is back inside this 2-day range. Volume is going to be lower than yesterday. I guess I need to make this bigger, man. Let's do it bigger. I'm going to make this smaller so I can make I can give it more size to this. Okay, let's check this if volume comes down here. 700. 700, or I can maybe increase this one. Can I? $700, boom, it just disappears here. Alright, we have some extension. Now notice all of this, what we have down here. This is the overnight, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. I'm going to just erase that. 83.5. No, just leave it there. Coming back inside previous day range is never a good thing, man. Last Friday, one of the first things that we said that we assessed was the short-term strength of the market. When the market got out of previous day range during the first period. Same thing has happened here today. But let's see what happened with these ones. We still have 10 more minutes here. Let me know if you have any questions. One of the things about trading is getting to know yourself. What kind of trading, what kind of personality you have, right? If also assessing, your personal traits, right? Assessing your weakness, your strengths. Are you a person that is willing to take risks, for example? Or are you risk avoidant? Are you a person that has discipline? Are you a person that is adaptable? Are you resilient? What kind of traits do you have, and how you rank? Right? How you rank on those traits? You like high in discipline. You like rank low on planning, right? You like low or high on sticking to your plan. And identifying those things is important. For us, retail it can be, right, getting to having access to specialists people that has specialized in coaching on or developing traders is hard to do that because it's very expensive. It is very expensive because most of the people that do that job, most of those professionals are, find that actually the capital, most of the capital comes from big funds, right? Though that's what their market is. And training and coaching can cost thousands of dollars. Now, it doesn't mean that the coaching or the training that is out there that I can find out there that also cost that amount is going to be good. If you check YouTube or you check in the internet, you will find trading courses, trading coaching that is going to cost 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 9,000. All right, and most of the because it is a business now, and the credential of a lot of that people is, okay. Let me wait a minute. I'm going to get a loan here. I'm going to. I missed this again. Screw that. I'm going to get a loan here. I'm going to move my stop to this high here. If this high is taken, I don't want this market to come back to the opening. Oh boy, it's coming back to the opening. Nah. Alright, that's not good. Okay, this is not good. If I still have 4 or 5 minutes here. This has some downside extension. This market may attack this and kind of like target this area here. This was a good area to buy here. I don't want this pullback to come too close to this low here. That's not going to be good. And because remember, coming back inside this previous range targets this low actually. I can target these areas here. This one, and this one as well. If I put this line here because if this line is taken, it will be too close to this low here, and no, I'm out here. I'm out. It didn't work. My trade didn't work here. It actually risks here. Risk coming too low. This area here risks downside, especially when it's too close to the next period here. I just take a loss here. Okay, I was saying that many of the coaches, or mainstream coaches that are out there are just, or the visible ones, right, are charging thousands, really thousands. But it doesn't guarantee anything, man. I mean, if you don't, if you're going to find, I check them. What they teach is, where to buy, how to buy. If this happen, if the RSI is visit of the VWAP is taking, or blah 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 blah, of the MACD, they talk about that stuff all the time. No, or very few use or check or pay attention to, okay, this low is not good now. This is this, but many people see this as a sign of strength. I don't. Few pay attention to the developing of the person, actually. Making you a better person, I think is just my view, right? Is how I should do it, because if I make you a better person, if I make myself a better person, that can change, make me a better trader. Notice what's happening here too. Right? Notice how the action to the RSI has not been finished, has not been completed, but it looks like the market is focusing in these areas here. Remember, these areas are not corrected unless the market does it during regular trading hours. This market can make a stand here. If this area falls, okay, then there can be some downside towards this one here. Now, 98. Now I don't want this market to take this high here. Oh, this is 68. Oh boy. Okay, let's see if there's something here, because there's a push here to the downside. If there's a spike below this, there can be a good area to take profits. Below saddle, because remember, saddle is also a level that a lot of people sees. What level is that? Saddle is 88. The market's making a stand around this area here. This movement doesn't have volume. Now Nasdaq, let's check Nasdaq. Look at Nasdaq. Look at what this is still. The Nasdaq has not turned it on itself. It look above, has come back below. There's more weakness here in Nasdaq. All right, let's see if saddle stands here. In the upper side, I will see now. This is half back. All right. Let me open this now, this profile. I'm going to move value in here. Okay, I'm going to value in here. This is it, man. This is it here. It's what happened. The way how it, if these levels are taken, the way how it is taken is important. If it goes fast, I think that's it. Now it's getting really close to saddle here. The most saddle stands for me are low. If the market comes back inside previous period range, right? Notice where B high is, right? Now, I think in the upper side now, where's copy? This could be a good area to monitor. So I don't want the market to come back up to here, because if it comes too close to its current high, right there we have held back. Correcting this will put the market up here, which is too close to this high. Correcting that high puts the market up here, which is too close to this high. Correcting this high puts the market too close to this high, which, and this one as well, which is not good, right? It can reverse really fast here if that happens. He doesn't have the confidence to go lower here. This is adding, man. This is adding weakness here. So now this is not 2 wide, this is 3 wide. But remember, it doesn't have to repair, right? The fact that there is a weakness there doesn't mean that this is going to repair. It actually keeps building, right? And the market sometimes, or many times, it just needs a catalytic to do that. What do we have here? We don't have nothing. Actually, the Fed can cut rates. When? Next week? When is the Fed? Tomorrow. The Fed can cut the rates tomorrow. We have Chairman Powell speaking on Thursday. There's some bets there. What's the name of this? What's the name of this? Poly market? Poly market? Okay. You know, lecture Fed decision in October. There's a lot. There's a lot of money that's being bet here that the Fed is going to cut 25 base points here tomorrow. Even though we don't have Chairman Powell press conference tomorrow. Look at this, man. Look at this. We have 2 here, do we? Yeah, 2 lows here. Very mechanical high here. This market can go high really fast here. I guess this, what is the area? Is 84? 84? 84, right? 83.50 and coming down to 82 could be, yeah, 82 could be a potential. 82 could be a potential destination here in the short term. What doesn't favor this movement to the downside, that this volume just dries here. Now this kind of developments here actually can really have some spike here, can move the market higher really fast here. Now it's noticed that it has come back to halvback. And this is no good. Let's hold back now. Now this is not good at all for shorts. The next level to fall is the opening. Again, it's too close to the previous day high. And that can trigger some upside here really fast. This high is no good. Look at now Dow is going lower. Russell is going lower as well. The ES is going lower. Nasdaq is going lower too. All of them are in sync to the downside. Nasdaq has the better odds of taking or changing that. The Dow and Russell has to push really hard, need to have a strong push to the upside to change that intraday tone. Now remember this, okay? And this happens all the time. Notice where this high is. Oh, my bad. Notice where this high is, okay? Big high is. It is exactly at halvback, okay? It's daily halvback, no previous period, no current period, but daily halvback. If this market has downside extension, this will not halvback anymore, because this will move lower. For that to happen, we need downside extension. But notice where it is starting from. Okay? Where it is starting from. And this is data that we just keep accumulating. We start to gather, right? Now, these kind of highs make the downside weaker here. The potential for this market of taking this low, followed by this one, are decreasing now. If this market takes this area again and takes settle, I'm going to move my stop maybe to where can I move? Maybe to this level here. Maybe to this level here. But if the market comes back up to here, closer to this, I'm going to take another loss and close it before it takes. I'm going to move my stop to, if I see an upside now, I'm going to move my stop to do, actually I'm going to move my stop to this area now. It's 95.50. Like now. I want to do it now. And this is how much? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, right? Having it up here, yeah, it is too risky now. What it is, what is having it up here? It was 1 to 1. It was 1 to 1, right? Because of the development of the of the market, but because of what I am seeing here, no, the odds that the market comes back all the way up to here have increased because of what I am watching here now. So I don't want to take that risk now, that risk anymore. I can take another loss here, but no, if I want to grab this, I am willing to lose. I am willing to risk only this much now. Look at this. The market has made a second attempt to come here. It just there's not just selling here. It's not just pressure to the downside here. If this market becomes a rotational market, maybe there can be some opportunities there, you know, outside value areas here. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments here. That's the cost of doing business here. The plan, the way how I trade, you know. I have accepted that I will take, or I can take multiple losses, and that is very frustrating, right? I can take multiple losses before I got a win. But when you win, you got to be ready. Well, you know what? Right now, I don't like this at all. Oh yeah, there's some things here. You know, if this area now is taken, if this area is taken, there can be some serious upside here. I'm not going to accept that. I have moved my stop to break even here. I'm not willing to do or to risk more here. So this trade has to work now, because I am not willing to risk anything. I don't like what I'm seeing here. Maybe I'm being too impatient, but okay, that's just me, man. That's just me. Another something else that I have here a lot is, you know, good trades are very are very uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. I'm out. Yeah, I'm out here. Now, I had to do something that I had to do now is I had to let it go. This is the reset. This is the reset part of the business. The market can come all the way down to here, you know. The market can come all the way down to here, and from here, it may have some downside extension just to squeeze the stops that are below here towards this area here, are probably down to here, right? If that happens, I'm not going to be part of that. I know now that I am not going to be part of that. And I have to be able to accept that. Because if I don't do that, now I enter a really dangerous phase, right? In which my cycle, my process is broken. You know, my rules, the rules that I have set for my trading are just broken by my own hand, right? I am not able to reset, and I can fall for over trading or FOMO or whatever, right? Okay, these are the trades that I have taken. I have taken 2 trades here today. When I saw the market doing this, and market not coming to my area of support here, and see the market taking this back again, having this here, okay, this could be something here, right? The market needs to take this high first before taking this one. It didn't do it, right? And I saw this drying here. There was market drying here as well. There's a potential with aided to my entry, right? But that was the plan here. It didn't happen. So the next thing that I have in mind before doing that is if this market comes back inside here, so the potential is the market can come back down to here, which is what it did, right? The market has done this, but I need to see some things happening before to have something here. There's nothing certain, never, right? There's nothing is for sure here, so I always have to risk, as I say, right? And my potential areas are market has to deal first with this area here, has to aim to this one and to aim to this one, right? And potentially we're taking this low here from the overnight as well, right? If you have seen a spike here, that's it, right? And the market just didn't do anything there. The way how this market is moving is what I didn't like. And having made this type of highs, 2 halfback, was halfback? No, was it? No. I guess it was 1 tick high or something like that, right? actually it never came back, right? And I didn't like how this market was doing that. And that's why I decided to just to move my stop, first, because it was 1-to-1, my risk was 1-to-1, I decided to adjust. And having the accumulation here and the movement, how this dry here, okay, that's I decided to move my stop to break even for that trade. Okay? So I still have my loss for the morning, plus this one that didn't work, right? Because I didn't like the way how the market was acting. Now it's moving in the direction I made it, but I am fine with that. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Look at what's happening to value. Value is actually expanding. It's moving higher. That low was being corrected. All markets are in sync now. And the curious thing, you know what happened? The market came back to my stop, just to my stop when I adjusted, and look at that. Look how far it has moved. My charts are in 2 ticks, by the way. So if you are using single tick charts, you will see this movement even bigger. This one is no more. The action, the lack of action here, the unfinished action, I think has been dealt with. Now we have this. Okay, do you see that spike? I think that's something good to take profits there. As I say, I am not here in this market. Now. Shame on me. But it happened. There's a lot of white here. You know? How can you see this, right? How can you have a trade in the opposite direction to the first one you have put? I did that. It didn't work for me. And the thing I am proud of is I am following my plan. That's the most important thing to me. Because I don't. This is the discretionary trading in me, right? I don't use goals or targets, right? I don't use targets. The market has to come now. Okay, I adjust to what the market is doing, to the condition of the market, what I'm seeing in the market. And I have one strategy, one set of rules that I apply when I'm using futures, and a different set of rules when I'm using options. I am not using options today. When I got options, I am more flexible, because what I can have, for example, from here to here is maybe 1 point, right? It's not that much, but the reward is also is different, right? The reward all the way down to here is going to be another point, even though the market has dropped 7 points now, 6 or how many points? 8 points now. But options move different. It's a different thing here. Look at what's happening to value here. Still is first period. Can this be a trading day? That is what I'm asking myself. That has happened as a lot in the past 2 weeks. This low is extremely weak now. It was like this, remember when AB happened, but this is even weaker because we have the overnight inventory there. All this rally started from very weak area here. This looks like short covering too, by the way. What do you think can happen to this volume here that's going lower? There's no selling here, man. This is just short-term trading here going on. Russell has taken the opposite side of the range. The Dow is more than halfway through. Nasdaq is the laggard here. Let's see. Now the next thing that I am going to pay attention to is I want to see if value can be moving inside. Yes. Of course, if there is no rotation here, I will just ignore that. Now I feel like an idiot, right? It is, and those kind of things are impossible, really impossible not to feel. You really feel, you really have those feelings. This choo-choo. Now it's very weak. This Nasdaq is very weak here. You look at this 1, 2, 3, 4 with the same thing that happened here on the ES. How much time you have left there? Okay, let's see. Oh, look at this high here. Same kind of weakness. Let's see if this market can get closer to this area here. Look at this low here. With this, that's not a good low. So this area probably can be target. And now this could be the potential destination of this the current movement. Nasdaq has bought exactly from zero. That's a nice trade. That's a nice quick trade up there. ESO also has bought from a very mechanical level, overnight POC. That's a good. I think that's a good entry for Nasdaq. Potentially, maybe. It may come all the way to this area here. This is a nice entry. I got a short here on Nasdaq. Where to? This area here. That could be. There was 65. Let's put this 165 there. $165. All right, right there. Potential destination of this area. I need a quick development from this area here. Okay, from this area. Now the risk. Where's my risk reward? What? I don't have it here. Oh, here. I don't want the market to get too close to this. This is the risk. And this is the reward. This is 2 to 1, right? 1 to 2. One and a half, something like that. Very mechanical trade, very specific set of rules. Look at this low, where this low is. And the trade is mostly aimed to get rid of these lows. Here you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 low. White, which is not good really, right? This is the second time it's coming to zero. And this may actually work. Maybe not. $164 right there. Got if I don't see quick downside development, if these lows after or if and after these lows are taken, because the way how this market works, which is very different than the ES, I can see some quick upside here, really fast, man, really fast. That can happen so fast. We're going to be ready to adjust it really quick there. Saddle is 185. Really close. This is three times now the saddle has been bought. I'm using my ladder now. Uh-oh. Who said trade was easy? Oh, now it's coming to half back here. Gosh, this is not good. Current period half back, man. This is not good. This is, I guess now this downside is getting weaker here. Whatever of this reference are taken, because maybe this is not, for example, this hardback has been bought now twice, right? Twice. What about twice? Got to be very careful now with this one. There is no downside here. This is an out here now. Value is still overlapping high. The ESS value is coming lower here. It's about to come. It's not that far from moving inside. Moving inside, once value is inside here, the shorts are in better position now. This is the 4 times seller is getting attacked here. It's 5th time. Okay, let's see if that 65 is a chip. You can reach the 65. Why? Just because, man. So I want to see a spike here to the downside. That would mean the end of this movement here. Now I want to see something here. Let's see if this movement, now seller has been taken, right? Now this movement may come all the way up to here. I don't want that to happen now. Let's, you know what? I'm going to move my stop down up to break even now. And that's because this is a different market. And the way how I don't trade Nasdaq that much, to be honest, right? My main market is the ES. The ES takes more time to move, but the set of rules for Nasdaq are different. The plan for Nasdaq are different than the ones for the ES. Well, at least that's how I do it, right? You may be different. I wonder if a rally can be sold here. You have more volume coming down here. Volume. It's repeat the pattern is repeating, right? Because what this market did here and what the market did here, that's why I moved the stop down to here to break even, basically. Technically, oh no, I was going to say that this low has been repaired, but it's not. There's still a bunch of stops. Actually, this low is adding weakness to this. But Nasdaq has that particularity, right? It sets something and then removes the inventory that has built to go to these areas, and then there's a push below that. But I'm not willing to accept anything else here. And this one actually can be even maybe 70 instead of 65, right? This is just a random number. I don't have. What I did here is because I saw this from the overnight, and this is POC. You know, and maybe taking these stops out will take some spike to the downside, and that spike is an out. That's the out. It hasn't happened yet. I have 2 trades that didn't work. This one, I don't know if it's going to work. But I have reduced my risk here. I reduce my risk here again. Pretty much to break even here. because of what is happening. Okay? Because of what's happening here. Once this saddle, if this saddle is taken, or if the next period is bought from here, I will leave it here. But if the next period takes this one out, I will move my stop down to here. Yeah, let's go. Let's do that now. So the word, because saddle has been traded like back and forth like 10 times, for example. And this is probably the push that this market is having, the last push this market is having here. Towards maybe another 10 points, something like that. Look at that, look at that, look at that, man. Now they are selling from saddle. There was a lot of buying that come from saddle, now they are selling. That's not good. Okay, that's it. That's it. Now this one's technically, just technically, this is technically it has been repaired, but it is the Nasdaq, right? Nasdaq is a different creature here. Let's go back to the ES. Oh, I'm going to go back to ES. Hardback is now here. Anything coming from this level, that's not good. I'm not here anymore. The risk has increased here. Volume is kind of like decreasing. Now the value is inside. Look at what's happening to value. Now the shorts here with the risk for the shorts have decreased now. That's the story is different for Nasdaq, okay? Nasdaq still has value higher, overlapping higher. Now I believe this can be a good area to monitor. There's buying, there's a lot of fight back and forth from seller. That might be some rotation here actually. There's a lot of buying coming from seller. Now I'm going to highlight value here because value is up here in Nasdaq. Now traders know that this market is going lower. Notice what happened here. What happened in the first period? Do you remember the phenomenon that happened here? The market rise and give us a single prints up here. I mean down here. There was 7 or 4, I don't know, something like that. Now we are having it. Now that everything can be seen now, we all know market is going low, right? Everybody can see now. Now this market is to the downside. Let's show this market. So now comes this might be, you know, the late majority coming to the market, and laggards can be in any time here. Now value is overlapping lower. Look at this overnights. It's inventory here from the overnight. Same thing happened here in the ES. I guess the ES has already happened. It was up here. These are not here anymore. It was here. You know what? I have bad news. I didn't remove my stop buy here. I have one at 65 now. I'm long. God damn it. Shit. Fudge, man. Ugh. I got something here for my original. I closed. Damn, I closed for a loss here. I got, remember when I was putting my stop here at 65? I just realized when the market was down here, oh, what the heck? I am long in this market? Come on, man. Long is the last thing I want to be. Ugh. Come on. Oh. This is the late majority coming, huh? This can be the last push in markets towards the yesterday's low. Oh boy. Okay, now these are corrected. This one has been corrected. All that weakness that I have seen from yesterday has been dealt with. Value is lower. This can be a good area. Market can make a stand, or it can be used for reversal here. I mean, for downside. Let's see if there's downside from here. Because this 66 is where the market made a stand yesterday. Market may even revisit. Who knows? Maybe revisiting this side now is on target. What's that? The 54. Maybe 56, something like that. There's still a lot of time in this period. 7 minutes have passed. This inventory is very short now. Let's see the market can come down to here, to this area. No, look at this, man. Look at this questionable low down here. Maybe it can be even 40s here. I feel like a clown here, man. God damn. Really, really feel like a clown here. Silly mistake here. Really, really silly mistake here. This market is very short now. Now the market has look above this 2-day range. Look above this day range. Can fail. Can probably. No, the potential could be actually this low here. It's coming back inside this 2-day range. But let's see if this inventory is not too short now. Maybe it may need some rally here. Volume is coming here now. Now as the market dips, volume starts to increase. Let's see. Let's see if we see some sideways trading here, which I think that's better. Or if these markets have some downside extension here towards this low here. There's a correction that is in progress of this week. Remember, every time the market has had its weakness, the market just came back, corrected that, and then just move it higher, right? That is what it was doing. The market has corrected these lows, the weakness that we have below. I'm going to remove these draws now. All right. Let's remove that. This one also, I don't need that anymore. Now this could be potential support now. It was used to buy, remember? That can be resistance now that has been traded through. Right? And the most important thing may be closing this distribution up here. Closing this one line. Let's make this one. This is one. And the immediate above is this one here. Now, the market coming back inside this range. The ES has an inside. The market has not reached the opposite side of this range yet, to the range. It has look about the inside bar, inside day. It's come back, has looked below. Now, the balance guidelines apply here away. Coming back inside, if the next period comes, opens and gets back inside, start trading outward here, it actually puts this side as a potential destination trade, right? But still, I haven't seen the laggards yet coming to this market. We have stated that maybe we were seeing the late majority coming to the market. Look at this low, where this low is, man. Let's close this distribution here, which actually targets this one here. This is held back at the same, and this has been a constant. You know, this one here. You know, it's been bought from held back. By the way, where is Saddle here? $67.88. Is this Saddle? Yeah, this is Saddle. Come on, man, I didn't have that. This is Saddle. This is the spike that I talk about when that is used, right? That is used when you are trading, in this case lower, for example. This kind of quick downside movements are usually used to, to close. But retail use this was to get in, to get short. That's the difference. There's a big difference in trading, right? How many times, for example, have you seen downside continuation after this kind of movements? And how many times have you seen sideways trading and even reversal? Man, I don't feel good. I don't feel good at all here, man. That's silly, stupid mistake here. Ridiculous mistake, man. Oh, come on. Well, I think it is what it is. Now, I feel like, man, I know what the market is doing. I got to go short here. I know the market is going to keep going lower. Got to be short. I got to recoup all my losses. That kind of thinking is what triggers why. That might trigger something really bad. This market is very short now. It's ridiculously short now. This market is going higher, and all the time that the market has had this kind of breaks, dips were bought. Right? Remember that all these dips, all these kind of actions have been used to actually to get back to get in the market, have been seen as an opportunities to get long. And we have seen every time the market has corrected, did something like this, the market corrects some of the weakness and then keep building the same kind of weakness going higher. Right? Is that going to happen today? I don't know. But right now, for example, just check this out, right? Look at where this one came from. Settle, right? Was sold from settle. But the next one, basically held This one here, what happened here? Why did I put come on, why? Okay, it was held back at the time. When the market came, make this big high here, right? Held was up here. As the market develops or moves lower, held moves lower. In this case, moves down here, right? And that's different now. All right? Held is not here anymore because of the downside extension. Value, now we have value overlapping. No, we have value lower, overlapping lower. And actually this is a trending day. This is a trending day. So I don't care about value here. As long as the trend remains, I'm not going to watch value. Hey, what's up, MP Trading Club? It's 11:21. ¿Cómo estás? Trading Club. ¿Dónde estás localizado? Sorry que me acabo de dar cuenta recién. I just got your comment there from 11:21. Estoy atrasado 4 minutos. ¿Qué te cuentas? ¿Cómo vas? Ojalá que tengas un buen día. Entonces, tuve una sucesión de trades aquí que voy que no fueron, o sea, no tomé ventaja de esos. Seguí mi plan, sin embargo, seguí mi plan. Y tuve un error, pero bien tonto en realidad. Tuve un error. Había puesto un stop ahí para tomar profits. Que cuando cerré mi trade, no lo saqué. Y pues justo pasó cuando este mercado nos dio ese spike hacia abajo. Vamos a ver si ahora con este push este mercado puede llegar aquí abajo. Ya está muy extendido hacia abajo. Es muy extendido. El riesgo ahora hacia el short side está un poco alto ya. Pero creo que tiene potencial. Tiene potencial. Esto, o sea, ya tomó este inside bar, look above and failure here. Now the potential is this low here. But the risk has increased here. MP Trading Club, yeah. Adrián. 2-8. 2-8. 2-8. What's 2-8? I was testing one of these prop firms. I guess this one is based located in Qatar. But It seems like outside outside the United States you cannot trade futures. They are rather offering CFDs in which you trade out. You also trade direction, right? I was testing the platform. I guess it's called Meta something. MetaTrader 5. The good thing that they offer a trial, 1 week trial, which I did. And hold on. But I didn't, because I want to know how the platform works, right? And actually, it was a good idea. That was just that, because I was entering or placing orders there. To begin with, I didn't even know what the name of the assets were, right? And I thought I closed. I closed the positions just to wake up the next day that there were positions there. The position weren't closed. It's not like for example, it's not like they don't have a ladder like this. You can see what your position is, or implied position, or whatever. They give me one chart, right? And in the chart, I guess they put a position here and here, but they didn't show you that you are actually in, right? You can see the trade, but they don't tell you if the trade is actually in or out. So it seems like my mouse was very sensitive, and I click more than once without realizing. This is 2-day range. Maybe this could be the area. Right. Now has look above this range. Now may look below this range. What time is it? 11. It's still not midday yet. This may have some room yet. But I have seen a spike here. The way how this spike was formed, this usually is. Oh, now we are below this late pullback low from this day. Let's see if we can reach this area with this push. This is right here below this. So this would be pretty much the end. Let's see if there's some spike here to take this low. Still early in this period. Okay. I have done something here. I forget these options, this 6745. Here, 6745 puts here. But these are the end of the day expiration. This is really early. I have just closed them. So, because of what I am seeing, right? I have entered because this is a breakout, not a breakout failure here to the downside. Breakout failure. All right. I have my potential destination, and this time I used options. Yeah, I'm not trading futures now because I consider that the risk is really high now. Any movement here can be really, really quick, right? But there is one thing here, right? There's one thing. All the dips have been bought in the past, right? And every buy that is happening now has failed, right? Notice that. Now check this out. Check the ES. Come on, man, fuck. It's below previous day range, right? Obviously, the Russell is way below. Dow is on its way down to the opposite side. NQ has taken this low, so all markets are in sync now. All markets are in sync, with the exception of Nasdaq, that even though it's going in the same direction as the other ones, it's still an inside. Oh no, it's not an inside day. I was actually come back inside previous day range. My bad. Right? So that's the only reason. Okay, that is the only reason why I took today's expiration 6745, which I am not on anymore. Right? I don't own those ones anymore. Aiming, okay, because the risk, how much are those now? I'm curious to 6745. How much are those now? I sold at 7 something. No, look at that, man. Right now I 5 again. All right. I haven't seen yet the laggards coming to this market. The structure is not that convincing to the downside, but I haven't seen the laggards entering the market yet here. So, from my point of view, there could be some downside yet. All right? The first part of this trade, look at this, ellipse, angle, market ellipse, angle ellipse, look at this. Oh, come on. What? No, let's do an ellipse here. I don't like that. I don't know why I'm doing that. Look at this inventory here. Look at this range here, right? This 2-day range here. The trade has been completed. Technically, it has been completed. You have look above, and fail, right? Fail, come back inside this inside of this inside day, look below, and has looked below this low again, below the 2-day range, okay? The risk side, the risk in the lower side, in the short side, is increasing. This inventory is extremely short now. But what I am following here is the behavior of the buying the dip here, right? Every time the market has tried to do something and make a stand, it has been rolled over, right? And that's the risk. Many strategies that were working here in the past probably now are failing, right? Most traders trade momentum. Most traders do scalping, right? And scalping is that strategy. If I am going to make an analogy, it's pretty similar to picking pennies in front of the steamroller, right? You will have a lot of wings, but it can take only one, right? It needs only one to take to bring the trader down. That's the thing, and what that happened is because that's the house approach to trading. Right? That's the house. That's not the player approach to trading. That's the house approach to trading. But there is a difference between house approach, capable traders doing that type of trading, which requires a lot of money, a lot of capital, a lot of staying power, and which the retail doesn't have. Okay, so that strategy may have a lot of wins, but when you have one lose, right, usually it's a big one that can take back all the profits that you may have during the week, during past week, during month, maybe even the whole capital. It was very important here. I managed to turn the day positive here because of that silly, ridiculous mistake that I have explained it here, right? But being able and I think this I can share with you. Right? I have shared this with you before. But this is something that we can do again, right? We have these stages of trading. The first stage is, from my point of view, observation. Hold on, there's something playing in the background. This is that may be copyrighted. Let me turn that off. Okay, right there, it's off. All right. Then come the planning. Then come the planning part. Then come the planning. We'll use the information we have observed, gotten from the observation part. Then comes the execution or the performance part. the performance part. There's a trigger here, right? There's a trigger that happened here that puts the plan in action. Right? There's something happens here in the market that puts the plan in action. And once we have a trade in place, remember there is 3 positions here. There is long, there is short, and there is neutral. There is no position. Okay? There's no position here. And after this comes the most important, which I believe is the most important, right? This is the reset. This is the reset part. The reset part of the trade. In this part, we refill, we replenish our mental capital that we have spent, right? Not just financial capital, just mental, which is the most important, is the mental capital we have spent here. And I'm talking about this while the market is doing. Again, I'm looking like a fool now without my options here. But in what part of the plan I am now is here. I am the reset. This is the let it go. I have to be able to let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go here. Because I need this, right? I need this to replenish this, refill my mental capital to start all over again. When we don't do this part, we don't let go the trade. I can feel, and you have seen that playing live here, right? And actually doing this live is kind of, there's a lot of stress here as well. Because this is there is a part of the human brain that is always going to be seen as a good, as a winner, right? I am somehow some sort of playing for a crowd here, and that is the ego part. The ego taking control. We have the risk. Oh, okay, I don't want to be seen as a loser. I want to see as all my traders have to be winners and blah 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 blah. Because who's going to believe me if I don't do that, right? That part is very dangerous. Very dangerous. Okay, and if I have taken losses here, which had happened right in this market, right? Silly mistakes. Now being silly, really watching all this development, now the market running without me. I was short. I did short the market up here, and I closed. When I see the development, I close somewhere in here. When I'm the first trade was a loss, right? It took my risk out. The second one, I moved my stop to break even, and market took my stop and gave us this downside. Next, I did the same thing, right? And I closed, right? I guess I did 3 trades, and I closed the third one when I didn't see the market development moving the way I wanted to do. But there was I didn't realize I leave what I left there a stop that was aimed to take profits, because I wasn't using my my brackets. I was just entering and just placing my stops manually, right? And that was a silly mistake, man. That just put me in red. It wasn't bad at the beginning, but that one wasn't good. But I had to do this, right? I have to do this. I really have to do this part here, the reset after each trade, to replenish this part. To let it go, be able to let it go. I have a loss, let it go. I have a win, let it go. I have a loss again, let it go, let it go, let it go. So I can complete the cycle here. If we don't do that, what happens is we short circuit this. All right? We short circuit, and from we don't have the reset part. We have the performance part, and then we come back here to the action. Okay, I am out. That was a silly mistake. Let's do this. And we do this over and over without completing the cycle of trading. This is very dangerous. This usually leads to over trading, to revenge trading, to FOMO. This is a key part of trading. This part. I hope this is useful for you. Now the market has reached the potential objective in the lower side. Now I am thinking now, as the market develops very short inventory here, I wonder if there was any kind of news here. Was it? No. Not that I know. Because I closed my... What the heck? Oh, it's here, man. Gosh, man, I didn't know it was here. I don't know what I was talking about. Now, this trade, how many days took, right, to set up, for example? We have this day, we have this one, we have this one, we have this one, and finally here, something happens, right? Again, I haven't seen the laggards yet coming to the market, so there's still potential here to the downside. But I am not willing to take any end of the day, options here. There's potential here, right? The next thing here and now is this. It seems so far, man. Really, it seems this 67 level seems so far down that you might think, we might think, no, this is impossible. Now the market is too low. Now it has to go back up again. Market has set up a tone now. These potential stops in the upper side, areas to monitor, were never revisited. Now we have another one down here. What is this? This is a distribution close. Very emotional day. Very emotional day. Okay. Now let's see if the market takes care of this one here, this low here, this one here, and this one here. And all of this movement, the potential can be down here. The ultimate destination of this movement, you know what I think could be the 67, the 6700. But it is still, we are just Tuesday. Let's check the daily charts of these markets. No, I don't want the other one that way. Let's do it this way better. ES. Okay, ES is coming back inside this range, which targets this. Oh, something, something from yesterday. Really, yeah, I think this can be the 6740, which is this one, right? This is a good area to monitor. Okay, I remember now what I was watching yesterday. This is what I was watching yesterday too. I forgot, I completely forgot this today. But as soon as I have this trend line here, right? Same thing that I have here, down here, that is what happened here. Very mechanical low here. Now these are the laggards in the daily time frame, right? These ones were never corrected. Notice that? But these ones just get too confident now, right? But this one thing doing down here inside this range than doing it above and after a breakout and after a really huge gains that this market has had during this year. Probably the potential is coming back now. Now that I'm checking this, we have a balance here. Right? This could be a good area, the 6740 that the market could make if the market doesn't do any kind of stand here around the 6740, I'm going to start looking. Let's see this. I don't think that this one is not. I may see this inside bar here. Maybe I can move this one up here. Yeah, what is? Yeah, that is 6700. That is 6700. But still, this we have the whole week to look for that thing, that kind of developments. Remember, there's a lot of bets here. There's a lot of people betting that there's going to be a drop on the interest rate here. What's the name of this thing, right? There's a big. You know what? Let's put this in the left. What the heck? What the heck is this? Why it has this sign? Tesla owns this thing. What? No, I don't want to do it here. I want to do as bookmarks bar, poly market. I don't want to do anything. No name. This is just curious, to say the least. Where is that? Where you went? Here? Oh, here. I'm going to move this close to JD, yeah, after financial juice. Poly market. And poly market here. All right. There's a lot of bets here. Aiming to the decrease. Oh, there's another. Did you see where this this period opened? That was laggard. I guess it seems that the laggards may come here. It is one thing selling here. Well, selling here, right? Than selling here, way down here from Halbach. That's another different thing. But still, my main thing is this one here. Okay. All right. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Unless you have any questions or comments, I'm going to be calling it a day. I wish you a wonderful rest of the day. Stay safe. Oh, look at this. This one has been closed, man. This has been closed. And maybe now we have, we still don't have rotation here. Remember the odds were here, at the opening were here, that we may see some rotation opening inside previous range. It's an advertisement for that. And this market has had some really significant sell-off here, relative to yesterday. Relative to yesterday. From the daily perspective, daily time frame, this is nothing really. Now notice where volume is coming. We have this histogram here. Volume is coming in the upper side of this histogram, of this period. Now, once this is checked, I immediately start looking to this one, this high here. Okay, let me close this. Let me erase this. I'm going to do an arrow here. This is when this kind of movement happen. All right. What I start to see is what does after this is closed. If this upside, if there is any upside, next thing we'll see the market, coming to E high. What has happened in the past, every single day, every single time this has happened, when there was an upside here or downside, right? Market bought or sold from those levels. That was the pattern. Okay? That's the behavior of the traders that are in this market. And remember, that's part of the observation part. And to do this trade, or the trades that I've done today, I have not just have in consideration what is happening today. So, but everything that I remember that have happened from these days, going back even to what day is this? What day is this? The last day of September. I don't know what day that was. Like 1 week ago. That was Tuesday. Last Tuesday. Okay? I think this has been the longest stream here that I have. How long this stream has been? 2 hours? I don't feel comfortable. I didn't feel comfortable doing trades before. Live trades. Almost 3 hours. What the heck? Almost 3 hours here. Right. What is the name of this company, guys? Let me. Okay, funded next. I guess it's funded. FTMO. FTMO. Oh yeah, it was FTMO. That is actually in Prague. That's in Czech Republic. What is in Qatar? On Qatar. I don't know how it's pronounced. It's funded next. Funded next. Yeah, it's not in Qatar. It's UAE. Man, the website. Did I read Qatar in their website? Where are they located? About us, about. No. I guess I'm going crazy here. Okay. But FTMO is what gave me And I think that this can be nice because it is another. Let me check if I can get FTMO. Oh no, the trading platform is MetaTrader. Okay, here it is. Yeah, here it is. This is what I have. And where is, for example, how do you trade here? Right? And why I was trying to figure that out is when I got, I don't even can find it here. But that's something that, for example, I don't like, right? It should be easier. It should be easier. It should be here, ready to see, because everybody needs to see that right away, right? At least something here where I can see if I am long, if I am short, or whatever, right? And I didn't have that. Am I logging here? Oh, okay. Let's log in here. What are my credentials? It's damn. What the heck, man? I don't know. This was automatic when I did it. But the thing is, it shows a trade, right? I got something here for one position, but it didn't show the size. Or at least maybe it's because I am not used to use charts for trading. Maybe that's why. Because I got, what I do is I have this, have my options board here. I pick options from here, or if I'm trading straight futures, I do have my ladder here, right? My ladder here. And I can see the position. And on top of that, I got my, what is this? Like a control page, something like that, if I can call it control page, right? I can call it control page, where I can actually see, for example, right? Where I can see if I have working orders, or if I have positions, open positions, which is very nice, which is something very nice to have, which I did not. Wait a minute. Let me show you. How can I show you this? Okay, this is, I can see positions, I can see working orders, and this is what the mistake that I did is all on me, right? I didn't see, I have one working order here, I didn't pay attention here. Now I can see my affiliate orders here, right? The instrument and the orders, and above here I have, like a condensated of these things here. Here I can see it up here as well, but here I have my account number too. I don't want to show that. And I'm not used to this, right? Maybe you or other people is used to. I have seen traders, for example, okay, if I have a plan, okay, if the market gets close to this area here, I'm going to go long here, aiming to take these stops. Maybe the next thing I have to monitor is closing this one or closing this one, and that's how I trade. But I don't trade that way. I'm not familiar with that way of trading, and that's why I literally blow out that account, because I went to the trial. Right? It was a trial, and the plan was actually to test the platform, right? To test the platform. I didn't care about any kind of profits, fake profits, paper profits was there. The goal was to trade that the platform, and that's, I think that's when Tom Hogarth has TD365. But I have seen his that platform, at least now that I have seen this MetaTrader 5, is at least this is better, right? Because you can see here, for example, you can see here his positioning. You have positions here. Maybe I was trying to find something like this in that meta file, so I can see actually if I have a buy, I have what is my a stake in the market, right? And but I couldn't find this thing. I couldn't find this thing where I can show open positions or close it or whatever, right? And here as well, I have seen him having, you have, because he uses 5 minutes charts. I don't use 5 minutes charts, right? You can see the entry here and the stop down here, and you can move the stop or the profits levels, automatically. I was trying to find out how that works. I think I need more time for that. Let's see if I can find where he has. Yeah, I guess no. This is okay. I guess here is when. No. What about here? Yeah, here is when you can see, for example, huh? Close price. He has something here. Has an interest. This is a stop. Here also, right? No, also this is the entry. It's adding here, and the stop is down here in this area, right? Because you don't want to get below this area. Kind of like you can see this. The reason is very similar, right? If this area is taken, you can see a spike here to that. But again, I don't trade 5 minutes, right? That's a different story. I can see a trend here, for example, right? You see a trend here coming close to this area. Risk also some serious downside here, and I guess that. But his reasoning is completely different. It's completely different than mine. And his way of trading is different as well. Okay. And this is a nice way to show. Okay? You got profit, you got points or ticks here better than dollar amount. Yes, that's very distracting here. That can give you loss aversion biases. It's just not good. This is still a trending day. It's still a trending day. Right? There's no rotation here yet. And I try to find something like this. Right? I thought the meta 5 was something like this. And you can see how long he stays in this trade. Still you can see a trend here. Alright, let's see if you can. Oh! This is not good. What was that? He mostly trades. He mostly trades Dow. Oh, that trade is still there because this is Nasdaq. And you can see these are not Nasdaq. These are CFD instruments. Oh, which by the way I'm not also familiar with. Something that I am not. Something that I have noticed, for example, is that is this today? Oh, that's 7 days ago. Something I have noticed is in these platforms, when you trade this thing, when you trade CFDs, your entry, for example, you can be the market is here right now, for example, right? Let's make it this higher. The market is here, right? But if you want to go long, for example, or you want to go short, now this low has been taken, you want to go short, having the market here, hitting sell, doesn't feel you selling here. It feels you sell way down here, right? This is the spread is wide spread, a wider spread. I don't know if that is that specific platform, but I suspect, based on what he has said as well, that that's normal with these brokers, with these platforms, which is it's not it's a disadvantage actually, right? Because the actual spreads are really tight, really close. Nasdaq and the ES are really tight spreads, maybe one tick. And having 1 point or 1 point spread or 2 points, that's not good, right? You got to be very. I am not familiar with these instruments as well. What is this? Tech 100. Okay. Well, this trade worked. Yep. No. Oh, this. You can see how long this. No, you stick to your plan here. You stick to your plan. The losing is the cost of doing business here. Okay, that's nice. Target profit, yeah, got target profit there. One target profit. Profits taken. He does a lot of that here. Okay, notice how this market now is struggling. Right? It's not as convincing how it was before. Right? Okay, guys. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. I hope you had a good day. And I don't know if we are going to be back tomorrow. Maybe until Friday. I got some things to do. But I'm going to be watching FMC here as well. Okay. See you.